in time.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Damn.
Made an entrance.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for our main event of the evening. And this for the WPW World Championship. Introducing first from Kansas City, Mike Huckleberry. Next, introducing his opponent from the 219, Dick the Knight.
Holy shit, what is up, guys? Our first live episode, World Podcast Wrestling. The beginning of that was probably a little bit shaky because AMP popped up right at the last second, right when I said go live. And we're on this new platform, kind of getting used to it, trying to figure it out. It was just like I added AMP to the stream, and as I looked up, all I saw was end broadcast and that we were live. And I was just like, oh shit, do the countdown, get the entrance ready, da-da-da. But welcome to another episode of World Podcast Wrestling, guys. Joining me as always, Dick at Saves Tuesday. How are you doing today, my man?
I'm good, bro. I'm excited. And of course, like literally maybe 30 seconds before AMP showed up, Logan, my cat, decided to jump up on here. I'm like, bro, he doesn't bother me at all day. I want to do something, and then he shows up. Of course. But I'm good, bro. I'm excited. Let's do this shit. Buckle the fuck up. Let's go.
Of course, man. And welcome in our guest for the evening, Permier AMP. AMP, how are you doing tonight? Nice to have you on. This is your third time now? Third episode?
Yes, sir.
There you go.
Third time's a charm. You know, I'm feeling good. We just had a good night of Dynamite the other night. Some good, some up and coming, NXT stuff. That's good. But for me, man, I made it in just in time as that 30-second count time came in. The only thing we're missing is I need one of those badass intros like you guys, because that's legit.
I know. I need to talk to my guy Brandon every time we go to like bring you or Buzz on and have him do alternate intros for whenever you guys are coming on, and we'll turn it into like triple threats or fatal four-ways or whatever, and we'll get the edits up and all that. So.
Well, you guys are official friends of the podcasts, man.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely official for life. But before we move on, got to mention, guys, go check us out. tpublic.com, search WPW. That's where you can get all of our merch, masks, coffee mugs, T-shirts, sleeveless tees, or I guess tank tops, hoodies, whatever you want. Go check us out. tpublic.com, search WPW.
There are sleeveless tees. There's such a thing.
There is.
So,
It's a muscle shirt.
It's a muscle shirt.
Yeah. Before we get into stuff, though, I mean, usually I have like my before rants that I like to go on, but like this week without Twitter that I've kind of been on, like I don't really got anything.
Man, you're all
like,
zen.
I'm like, hey man, I'm pretty good, except for like I bought this 40 of Mickey's at the liquor store, and this is what like prompted me to be like, you know what, fuck it, we're gonna do it live, because I was like, I'm gonna buy a 40. We're going to get AMP on here, and we're going to do it live. So
we'll do it live.
Yeah, fuck it, we'll do it live. And that's
live, pal.
That's literally what I texted our group chat. I was like, fuck it, we're doing it live.
I wanted to text back that. I'm like, I will see how many times I do the Sid. Oh, can it start over? It's live, pal. How many times? Let's go.
Oh, man. All right, so we'll go ahead and kick things off real quick. it looks like, according to reports, that NXT is going to be getting a new show called Evolve. Amp, we'll start with you since you're the guest on the pod and you're the first one to really say anything about it. What are your thoughts on NXT getting another show?
So I have no issues. So obviously I got in a lot of disputes over the last week about NXT being developmental or not. And that's fine. You can be developmental. If you were going to say there's a new show and NXT itself is basically the third brand and Evolve would really be the developmental, well, that's wrong because the reports read that Evolve is going to be strictly fight based. So we're looking at having what was that a few months back?
Raw Underground?
Yeah, Raw Underground. Basically,
yes!
What a fucking mess.
So basically it sounds like that's going to be back. So where are you going to tell me your roster is going to be on that? Are we going to get like Matt Riddle showing up and Thatcher and that's about it? Maybe Shayna Baszler. Like, honestly, if that's the scope of it that they're going to go with, it's going to be canceled in, a few weeks' time. And they don't even have a network for it yet. So I'm wondering, a lot of people are saying if it's going to go to the Peacock stuff when it starts here at the end of March, or if it's going to be a USA Network. Or honestly, I don't like the sounds of it at all. I think it's just trash.
Ooh.
Dick, what do you think, man?
It could be the first, Peacock exclusive live show, but I'm more intrigued of the name Evolve, especially since the fact that isn't Evolve basically the NXT feeder system, which is the WWE feeder system?
I don't think they exist I mean, didn't they like basically steal everything that they could from Evolve?
There you go. So they just took the name too while they're at it. And if it's a purple scheme, well, poor cruiserweights. They're the 205 Live is the purple scheme.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you're going to make it a feeder system, then make it a feeder system. I mean, make it a full-fledged feeder system. Do basically what AEW did with the Nightmare Factory and do like specials. Yes. Just put on a special once in a while, once every 2 months, and be like, hey, these are the upcoming prospects that have recently signed, and that's that. But, I mean, I don't think that's what we're going to get.
No, so, I mean, I'm tired of – I just don't want another – 30 minutes or an hour of fucking WWE TV. I'm gonna have to try to feed through my already
6 hours isn't enough.
Yeah.
No, it is not enough. Give me all the WWE.
Oh my god. No, it's like we talk about almost every week on here though, is there's just so much wrestling. Like you literally, unless that is specifically what your job is, you literally cannot watch all of it unless you've just got all the spare time in the world or it's your job. What I'm curious about with this new Evolve thing is like, does it kind of read as like an AEW Dark type situation? Like I know you guys were talking about like a feeder thing. AEW Dark sounds like it would really be something that it could be comparable to. But my main thing with it is like you can't even get NXT over the hump against AEW. Why are you starting a new show? And when are you going to show it? What night is it going to be on?
It's called a saturated market. They literally. I don't mean to sit here on the constant and bash that company, but the report came out the other day that they've signed 24 new people over the last several weeks. What are you doing? Like, if you've literally taken Evolve, the wrestling company, making it a show, what are you doing with all this talent? I mean, you've got guys. We've texted in the group chat, and there was another name that dropped today that apparently Mr. Nutcase old guy up top doesn't like, and that's, sorry for the tail in the screen there. That's my cat joining the party now.
Yes, my guy left. Okay.
So
who else? Who else are they signing? So, all right, Blake.
Well, the new name that Vince McMahon doesn't like is Keith Lee.
Jesus fuck, man.
I mean, I'm sorry, but like, stop hoarding talent. That's the problem. That is the biggest problem this company has, and that's basically what this show is going to end up doing. And now my screen's going to shake because my cat is joining the party by scratching her face on it.
Well, and it's funny that you even bring that stuff up though, because it was funny that a report came out today talking about how Bo Dallas is still on the WWE roster, and we haven't seen him since 2019.
Bro, he's going for that JTG record, man.
Something, man. It's obnoxious at this point. You've got guys like Bo Dallas, you got Aleister Black, you've got Andrade, and now all of a sudden he doesn't like Keith Lee. Like, when are you, like what Amp is saying, when are you going to stop just hoarding all this talent? I understand those talents also don't have to sign those contracts. But when WWE can offer the most money, what are you going to tell them? Hey, don't you do that? Don't you dare, accept life-altering money.
Yeah, I mean, it more so nowadays it goes to, at least with the alternatives, you have all this stuff where a lot of these guys are, talking about how, this is been their dream. And it's like, well, why though? Like, what's her face? Priscilla, Darby's ex, she goes and signs, but it's like, you always thought she wouldn't do it because she seemed like somebody that just loved wrestling. And now you're like, well, okay, you took the money and ran with it, and there's some people that just want to be in WWE. That's just what they dream of. Obviously look at, drawing a blank on his name, the guy that was in Seth Rollins' company or in his training that was on AEW for a little while. I'm drawing a blank on his name all of a sudden.
Seth? I can't.
It was the UK kid.
I can't think of it right now.
I can't even think of his name right now. No.
But yeah, he had a video that he posted after, and he's like, oh, this has been my dream to go to WWE for years. And it's like, okay, I get it, but you go and look at the other side and for the love of the industry. And we get comments here. We got Jim who's saying like Cesaro, Finn Balor, Kofi, Bray, all those guys don't get their full potential. Man. Finn a little bit more now, so on NXT, but like,
yeah, Finn's career was saved going to NXT, 100%. Otherwise, he would purely be lost in the shuffle up.
He'd be basically like what AJ's doing. You give him a big guy because Vince doesn't think small guys can do anything.
Hey, and Ben Carter was the guy. Thanks to John Nava, Ben Carter.
Thank you.
Nava, that's our Navaditas, man. That's my friend.
Okay, I got
there you go. Yes, Ben Carter, phenomenal talent, and I hope he does. I hope he does wonderful things in the UK scene for WWE or NXT, whatever it is. But that's the stuff, man. It's stuff like that where you got Bo Dallas. I'm sorry, but couldn't you just put him with Bray Wyatt? I mean,
no, they're too busy with that boring bullshit Alexa nonsense, bro.
Hey,
you love it.
Fucking start.
Don't yet. Knock it off. Knock it off.
I swear to God.
Blasphemy.
I swear
It's the jacket, bro. I feel like going heel tonight. Let's go, man. I've been doing a babyface turn. No, I'm going back heel. Let's go.
Look, you blasphemous ass hoe. Stop fucking talking shit.
I'm sorry. That's your boo. I'm sorry, bro.
Dude, I love that whole story, man. It's good. Like, has it drug on a little bit? Yeah, but I think it's culminating in something pretty awesome at WrestleMania. I don't think it's gonna be Randy Orton and Edge at WrestleMania. I think it's gonna be Bray, and I think it's gonna be Orton at WrestleMania, and it's gonna be dope as fuck.
Bray and Orton?
But here's the thing.
A rematch of the maggots on the fucking mat match?
Yes, that was the worst thing I've ever seen though from Bray. But when it comes to that though, that story, as wrestling fans a lot of times a lot of people sit there and say, we need more slow burns and stuff like that. And this story between Bray and Randy is a slow burn. And you don't get that a lot in WWE. So I'm going to bask in that while I can and enjoy it and wait for them to fuck it up. That's all
I like the phrase of the slow burn because Fiend was set on fire. That's pretty good.
I mean, it is a slow burn. But getting back on topic with these guys and not being utilized correctly, I mean, even like what Jim said, but the problem was he had to go back to NXT to become relevant again. Yeah. And then, like Amp was kind of saying earlier in the group chat, is that Aleister Black tried to request to go back to NXT and he got denied. Like, they wouldn't let him go back. Like, what is such the huge problem with Black besides the fact that Zelina Vega supports unions and left, that they won't let him at least try to go back to NXT and see what he can do before they eventually just release him. I'm surprised they haven't released him yet.
I mean, it's kind of look back at Nakamura. I mean, they're very similar, strong style, hard-hitting guys. And, Nakamura finally recently just got back into his face ways with getting his music back. And now everybody's like, oh, he's back. These guys, when they get that, they get this little push and then it drops. Look at Cesaro. He's getting a little push because supposedly he signed a new contract. That's not going to go anywhere. Come on.
No.
Don't fake me out like that. So that's all I got.
That's how it goes. It's always when a contract's coming up, they promise them we'll push you, or they sign, they push them a little bit, and then it's just right back down to the fucking bottom.
I'm just saying real quick, this one's a shout out to Mr. Buzz, Jeff Hardy. That happened with him too.
Oh,
got that IC title, and then
we're gonna get into some Jeff Hardy talk later, but for now, we're the people. Oh, the people want Santino news. Oh, Jesus.
Santino or Santina? Who we talking? Mrs. WrestleMania?
Mrs. WrestleMania. Oh, man. Speaking of Mrs. that shouldn't be on TV, Lacey Evans is apparently pregnant with Ric Flair's child on Raw.
They wanted riskier TV, so there we go.
Risque. All right, man. Honestly, to me, the lesser said, the better on this whole fucking storyline. The whole Ric Flair Lacey shit with Charlotte over the battle to call Rick Daddy or whatever the fuck was going on with this nonsense has been brutal. Just Lacey Evans on the main roster, period, has been brutal. She comes up. I think we've talked about this before, Huck. She is your quintessential baby face. Build her up. She's a hardworking mother, a fucking, in the service, which is what Vince has a hard on for. You
turn her heel.
Turn her into the female Cena that's always at the fucking, the troops places. But no, let's turn her into a Southern dame, Southern belle, talking about nasties with big hats. What the hell? I don't know. Look at Dave over here. I saw that Lacey and changed the channel immediately. Yes.
I had an idea in my head, and just because I know WWE could do something like this, but I had a thought. So obviously she's legitimately pregnant.
Yes.
Good for her, whatever. And then, I was like, wow, you know what they could easily do? Their match at Elimination Chamber is off. Replace her. I have the perfect replacement.
Peyton Royce, dog.
I would be fine with that. But
is it time for the man to come back?
No, I wouldn't go with that one. I would go with a signing under the radar that nobody has heard about yet. Nobody signed it. Go with Tessa Blanchard.
Oh,
I've been saying this.
You see how you could spin this
because
you could spin that real easy and just be like, hey, you know what? Exactly, Dick. And that's the way I would go. But, obviously she's still supposedly unsigned. So I was like, you know what? That wouldn't be bad. But, I don't know. I think it would just be an interesting story. Why is her back so high, John?
He's got big lats. He's got big lats. Bro, I'm jealous of her lats. I wish I had lats that big.
Why is her back? That popped me. I'm done.
Y'all are fucking wild. David agrees with me though. Peyton Royce, dog. Peyton Royce.
Who would think after the Iconics got split up that the most popular Iconic member is still Billie Kay now? So
Billie Kay,
she's hilarious.
Is gold.
Yeah,
Billie Kay's fucking hilarious.
But you know what?
The Royal Rumble was amazing.
Oh yeah, it was fantastic. But see, you know what pisses me off? And I've said this in our group chat, and I know obviously we keep mentioning that, but it pisses me off. All right, we're going to break up the Iconics. All right, got it. 2 weeks later, she's teaming with Lacey Evans.
Dude. Break up a tag team to throw them into another tag team.
Don't worry. It was a one-time thing. 2 weeks later, she tags with Lacey again. What? Oh, now they're going to potentially get a title opportunity. Oh, they're tagging again. This is just absolutely brutal. You break up a team that's a legitimate team in a tag team. That is why I hate tag team wrestling in WWE. If you want tag team wrestling, even though people complain about how much there is, AEW. But go ahead there, Huck.
No, I was just going to say thank you for finishing your sentence because all you said was I hate tag team wrestling. I was like, what?
Oh, no. I love it. I grew up on tag team wrestling. Obviously, when you listen to me and Buzz, we grew up watching the Hardys. So I love tag team wrestling. So to know that I can sit there and watch AEW and go, oh, good. I got plenty of good tag teams over there. I'm good. I'm fine.
Yeah. No, as long as like they just don't put obviously Lacey's pregnant right now, so it would definitely be a hazard to put her anywhere near Nia Jax. But as long as like I just don't have to see Peyton Royce go against Nia Jax in her hole, like I'm fine. Totally fine. I would love to see Peyton Royce get a title shot. I mean, it's logical for Peyton to get the title shot. She's Lacey's 100%. Tag team partner. They've been building her for this. If they wouldn't have put her in this god-awful tag team, I think it would have been more than fine. So I just really hope to see that.
I have one thing to say, though.
What you got?
Whoever's her replacement, if that's what they tend to do, why should that person not win? Because Asuka's going into this match with absolutely zero momentum. How many weeks in a row has she lost now? She's lost. Well, okay. I'm sorry. She won one against Bliss because Randy came out and destroyed her. And I was like, wait a second. Like, you have the champion losing weeks on weeks on weeks. Like, Asuka has zero momentum. Zero. That's a joke.
I would go ahead, Dick.
It's the truth. Zero momentum, which sucks. You've got one of the fucking most dope ass wrestlers that could be a killer with zero fucking momentum. Last year around this time, Asuka and Kairi Sane were some of the best things on fucking Raw, especially in the COVID era where they were one of the most entertaining acts. Coming out here, making me laugh, yelling, screaming bloody murder through all the matches, but was fucking hilarious and great to watch. And then what? For nothing. They gave her 2 belts, and it's been shit since. It sucks, and it just, god damn it.
This is just where they need to just go ahead and put Alexa Bliss into the title match and just let her go in there and just destroy the fuck out of Asuka.
I would be okay with that, and then, in essence, we get what everybody else has been happening with all the people that have faced Bray. Have that happen when Asuka comes back after a couple weeks. She's totally changed. She goes back to that like mystical, like dark, Japanese character that she's been, and just murder people. Absolutely murder people. That would be clutch. That would be where you get her momentum back right off the bat.
And that would be an outstanding WrestleMania match. Like, especially if you book it just right, have Alexa win the title at Elimination Chamber, absolutely just dominate Asuka. Let Asuka go away for a little bit, and then just have her come back, and those two just beat the fuck out of each other. You know what I mean? At WrestleMania, like that would be outstanding.
And then after you would have that transformation for Asuka, if she goes in and does the same thing back to Bliss, you can flip Bliss back to her old ways then and be like, well, she just kind of got snapped out of it by Asuka, and she can move on from being with Bray and let Bray be by himself.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And like Jim just said, apparently everyone that's faced the Fiend has turned heel.
Pretty much.
And it's true. I can't think of anyone that has faced the Fiend that hasn't turned heel. So Jim's got a point, dog.
Talking about, bro, Goldberg's the biggest babyface in the world.
I will fucking hang this up right now. I will end this. I will turn this car around.
This wedding is horseshit.
It's the beer. It's the beer. You can change it. Change the subject.
Damn it. I said it 4 times. Oh, my God. So, moving on real quick. Finally getting out of all this. That is the main roster of WWE. We go back to NXT, and apparently it is the end of an Undisputed Era.
Bullshit.
Bullshit? Why do you
Bullshit.
say that?
Why?
Enlighten me.
Put all of them on the main roster and destroy. That's what I want. That's what I wanted from day one. But no, you know what? You know why they're not going to be? Because they're all under 6 foot. And yes, John, you're right. Bay. You know, and it doesn't matter. Like, I mean, the story, though, is great. I will say that. Where they're going with it has been good. It obviously drew a lot of people in. You haven't been on social media, Huck, but it drew a lot of people in last night because, you know, Kyle O'Reilly got the shit kicked out of him at the end of the show, and everybody thought he had some sort of
did
episode.
a stretcher. Yeah, he did a stretcher job, right?
Yeah, they thought he had some sort of episode, but, you know, news came out that was all a work. So,
yeah.
But it's exactly what everybody thinks it's going to lead into, which would be, you know, Cole gets the title back when he comes back, or, you know, O'Reilly can go up against them, and that's going to be the story, which is all well and good. I just really wanted the Undisputed Era on the main roster. You know, go in and, I mean,
Why?
obviously.
This is the thing. You don't always have to break up a faction. You don't.
The only faction.
Together.
The only faction that's not broken up in the last several years is the New Day. They're still not technically broken up, and they're on separate shows.
That's true. If they were going to break anyone up, you would have thought it would have been them. But no, like,
right.
Era was perfect, man. They're fucking great. I'm just like Amp. I wanted them just to stay together, run fucking rough shit over everything. Go to that main roster. Oh my God, Finn in it.
You could have inserted Finn in, and then what you do is you go, Adam Cole shows up on Raw, and they beat the holy hell out of Drew, and you're like, oh damn. And then all of a sudden, Finn shows up on SmackDown and takes out, you know, goes after Roman, and everybody's like, that's not going to happen. And then that's when Undisputed Era comes in, and then that's when you're like, wait a second, hold the phone. They're all together now, and they're running roughshod over the whole company. That's what everybody thought Retribution was going to be. But I don't know what the hell. I'm not going to get into that.
Yeah, no, legit. When Retribution showed up, when Retribution showed up, I thought it was going to be Undisputed.
Yeah,
that was it. You know, a new faction is going to debut, and I'm like, oh shit, it's this nonsense.
Yep. No, but see, that's what I'm saying. They just have this thing where they don't want to keep these groups together. The only one, like I said, is they have kept them together was the New Day. And I'm okay. I mean, I would have loved to turn at some point, you know, but we're not going to get that. They're going to keep them together because they sell merchandise.
I don't see. I'm sorry, man. I don't see them on the main roster. I just don't. I don't. Not with who you have as champion right now. Finn Balor coming in and trying to assault Drew McIntyre. Are you fucking out of your mind? Drew McIntyre would destroy Finn Balor, dog. Like, there ain't no fucking way.
I understand it doesn't necessarily need to be who's champions now, because both of the champions now, yes, that's a little more of a tall task. You got Roman, who's on a different level of assholery, and then you got Drew, you know. They probably would get buried on the main roster. You know,
that's my whole deal about it.
I know, it's just
they would just end up getting fucked.
Probably, and they'll probably still get fucked. I don't know. One of them's going to come up at some point and get buried. I know it, 100%.
They're all small, so hell yeah, they will. No, it's not my boy Roddy. I love Roddy. I love Roderick Strong. That's my favorite out of all of them, man.
It's going to be Cole because he's banging what's her face, Britt Baker, over
right.
at AEW. He's sleeping with the enemy.
Oh right, yeah. Wait, then why hasn't Cedric Alexander been buried completely? Because he's obviously sleeping with Swole.
Oh yeah, that's right, man. That's because he's with MVP.
Here's the thing, though. I mean, there's a picture. There's a picture of actually there's video too of Adam Cole being at an after party with AEW. Yeah. So never mind. There's also video of Cedric being there too at the same time. So
yeah. Oh, hold on. We got something here from Jim. I think this is a pretty legit comment right here. I think the New Day
versus New Day would be a great feud. Oh yeah. No, it would. Oh my God.
I think like if you put like Adam Cole against Kofi Kingston, like that would be legit.
That'd be legit.
Yeah.
the thing is like I just don't know who else really. I mean, you could definitely put someone with Xavier Woods, but then you look at Big E, and he's just a massive motherfucker. Like, there's just not a whole like he would just run in and destroy whoever the fuck. You know what I mean?
Strength in numbers, though, bro. That's what it is. Strength in fucking numbers.
Yeah,
man. You got four.
exactly.
You got 4 against 3. You can get them.
David says, "Ice cream with the enemy, huh, Coach?"
Ridic.
Oh my god, that's awesome. No, I don't know. It's a very interesting storyline, and I just wish NXT was on a different night, so I actually had time to like try to carve out some time to watch it before we recorded each week. Like, I try to watch Thursday before we record is like my day to get caught up on wrestling. Like, I can typically get caught up on Raw on Tuesday. Wednesday I have class.
You fast forward through that though?
Fuck yeah, I do.
All right, I'm being honest.
No, dude, the commercials. As soon as of course, I still do a little bit of social media, so I do see some of the stuff that still goes on with Raw and stuff. And I know the segments I do not want any part of. So I just the one segment that I did not want to watch was the Lacey Evans segment, but I watched it just because I wanted to see how it went down. You know what I mean? Obviously she didn't just walk out there and go, "I'm pregnant and your dad is the dad." That's not how it went down. But it was just it's just one of those things. But anyway, Thursday is my day to get caught up. I watch AEW and Ring of Honor. Those are the 2 things that I watch to try to get caught up on the podcast. NXT, I just don't have time to squeeze that in. Tonight I probably would have, but I also had other stuff. But I do want to see where the storyline goes, and it'll be very interesting to see where it goes. Jim agrees with me, though. Jim says it's not the right time to bring them up.
No, but they missed the boat on that. That's what I'm saying. They missed the boat. Their time to come up was, I can't remember, but it was a little bit last year where they were still red hot. You could have brought them up even, at another time. Obviously, that's what I'm saying. Right now, not a good time because your champions that are in place are not logical for this team to come in and absolutely take down. It would shock everything. It would shock the system, but it's not right. But that's what I'm saying. If you would have grouped all 5, it would make a little more sense.
Yeah.
But they're not going to do that, which is surprising because I thought Vince was a money man, and I thought Vince would want to throw them all together and go, "Hey, everybody else is talking about the Bullet Club. We got our own again. Ha, ha, ha. Money." But
got 2 former members, but
Well, now he doesn't care as much about money because he
BS. That's a
he just
lie.
got all that money from Peacock. He don't
bullshit.
You don't need to make no new stars. Edge just won the Royal Rumble. Why would he make any new stars?
They're not worried about new stars. He's worried about money because look at Bad Bunny, top merch seller last week in every category you could possibly think of.
Making new stars makes you more money.
Not to Vince.
Bruh.
Not to Vince. Vince doesn't want to make new stars and make that money. He cares about who's in place is going to make him money. You just
told me he cares about money. If he cares that much about money.
He's a billionaire that could be a multi-billionaire. I don't even know what's after that. Trillionaire?
Trillions, dog.
Dude, he could be. But his problem is he doesn't want to make new stars because he's afraid of that.
Could buy all the Mickeys.
He could have so much more money. He really could if he built stars. But he's content with what he has, and he thinks that's enough. He's scared.
That is true. I totally get that. Speaking of scared, we're going to move on to some other things because we do have predictions to still get to tonight. But I'm going to talk about something I'm scared of. I'm scared of seeing Shaquille O'Neal in an AEW ring in a couple weeks.
March 3rd, baby. Let's go. Hey, Cody said on AEW he could run circles around him. So let's hope we see that.
I don't doubt it. He's not lying. Spot the lie.
No, I think in this matchup, I know I'm with you. I'm 100% scared of it.
Hold on. I have to pause this conversation to show you a comment that just came in.
Oh, shit.
Okay. Hell? Oh, God.
Take the jacket off. Take the jacket off.
Hey, the last time we saw Cena on TV, he was part of the NWO, bro.
He was.
WrestleMania. So hold on, real quick.
I would be like, oh, okay, cool.
Who
Go
would be in the NWO with him though? Because you're obviously not bringing back any of the original members. No doubt.
Fuck's daddy.
Oh Jesus, this is terrible.
It would literally be a thrown together group. I don't know. Up your cat's back. Mine's over here too. If you can see her right here.
Hey,
she's just chilling.
Funny. Nah,
but I don't know.
David's got a suggestion.
Virgil, he ain't doing none.
Well, there's Bo, so I mean, we got it. We got.
Hey, just throw everybody that's not on the show, just in the group, basically. Aleister Black, Andrade, because that's going to make sense, Oh, Braun, Jim, yeah, there you go. Throw them all in. Braun?
No, he was just sick. He's back now. He's back. He's fine.
Yeah.
Was it? I have a question. I mean, obviously, I'm sometimes out of the loop, but I thought Braun was on SmackDown. Or did he get traded? Or he got drafted
he was
to
on
Raw?
SmackDown. Didn't he?
I think he got drafted to Raw.
Did he?
No, he was on SmackDown and then went to Raw Underground, and then.
But they did the draft, and he was drafted to Raw.
And
I don't. Yeah, you're right, Huck. I guess
it was like right after he got fucking the
20
shit out of him.
2020 was the longest year in the world. I don't fucking remember anything, dude.
That's what I'm sitting here going. I was like, I thought I saw him on SmackDown a few weeks ago, and now he's on Raw. I'm like, I don't know anymore.
What else? What else we got as I crack open?
Oh yeah.
Number 2.
Well, like Huck was saying, so the matchup on March 3rd, which I'm very glad that they decided not to put Shaq on pay-per-view.
I think scared that they were going to do that.
Well, I'm not because I should say, but I'm more glad because at the end of the day they're a little bit smarter, thinking in AEW. You did a lot of good things with this. You didn't put Shaq on pay-per-view, so you're going to draw the eyes to regular everyday TV. You also didn't put Jade in a spot in her very first matchup on pay-per-view, a big money time. So I think this match truly needs to be centered around the women in this one and let Red Velvet and Jade go at it. I'm really intrigued, though, because you sit here today and you go, oh, Jade's got to win this one. But if you look at Red Velvet, she's got an outstanding record right now. Are you going to slow that momentum? Or are you going to have Jade win? And everybody's going to sit there and say, well, Jade's winning. I don't know. I really don't know.
This is what I think is going to happen. The majority of the match is going to focus on the women. It's going to focus on Red Velvet and Jade, like it should. I agree with you. But I think the pinfall comes down to Cody and Shaq, and I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yeah. It's going to come down to that because what's going to happen, I could read it like a book right now. Cody's going to get whipped into the corner. The ref's going to turn and talk to Shaq for a second, and Jade's just going to go, hi, Cody, and smack him right across the face, and he's going to go down like a ton of bricks, and Shaq's going to pick him, choke slam him, and that's the end.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay. Something like that. I don't know. Lift him up and slam him down.
Yeah. No,
I agree. I think that's where the pinfall goes, and Cody can take it because, I mean, it's not the end of the world, really.
Yeah, Cody getting pinned in a gimmick celebrity match ain't gonna hurt him at all.
No.
And he's got some big things coming up after this too, so it doesn't matter. What do you think they're dick about old Shaquille O'Neal?
I think it's something Shaq's been wanting to get in the ring for a while. I mean, there was always those rumors of WrestleMania matches with him and Big Show. And I think they were even building it for a while over there on WWE.
They did, I think.
They built it. It was either on TV or through social media. I know they did try to build it, but, I mean, it's just something he wanted to be in the ring, fuck it. I mean, it was good at the start. Jade looks like a fucking monster. She looks terrifying. I am scared of her. She will destroy me.
They're building very good video packages for her.
Her vignettes are amazing, and they make me watch and they make me become a fan of her without seeing her in the ring. So,
except for the basketball one yesterday night, because that one made me laugh because I was like, Ooh, is Shaq gonna miss the free throw?
He made it.
He made
it though.
How many takes did that go for? Because he could have been there all night.
But I mean, yeah, it's like what Amp said. It's gonna be one of those. It's a gimmick celebrity match, and at least it's not on TV, or at least it's on TV, and I'm not paying to see it, and I'm fine with that.
I know Huck and you will, kind of disagree, but I really do wish that it could have been the original matchup and had Brandy in it, because that storyline was going in a really good place.
Oh, the storyline!
I agree with you. Like,
oh, okay. I know you guys hate.
I like. No, I like Brandy. It's Dick that hates. Oh,
yeah.
Let me put it this way. It's Dick that hates Brandy. Yeah, that way.
Oh yeah, we got to do awkward.
Yeah, it's opposite. Like, I mean, it's. I like Brandy. I didn't really see an issue with Brandy, but I also have not seen her a whole lot before AEW. And so that's probably why Dick just has this hatred for her. I really don't. I feel like she does promos. She speaks with conviction in her promos. I don't think her ring work is all that terrible. I've definitely seen worse out of women wrestlers. So
I can agree. She's there. She's just there.
My problem is she's always there. She feels so fucking shoehorned into everything, and it annoys the shit out of me. That's all.
I think you look at it too much. I mean, she's a good person to have on the screen. I mean, I'm not saying
I think her promos are horrible.
The one, I can't remember what she said, but she said something ridiculous to Jade the one time, and they made it a shirt. But when the censors didn't know how to bleep that night, that was that was a great night. They were literally 4 seconds behind. They'd swear that you hear the beep, and you're like, you're a little late. But
that was a great night. Great night.
I just think that when it comes down to that, I think the story was in a great spot. That was a time, if that was the match, I would have been perfectly okay with Jade pinning Brandy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, agreed.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and you know what? Here we have another case of WWE just stealing AEW storylines of someone getting pregnant and having to pull them out of a match.
Damn it.
I'm fucking hanging up. I'm done. You and your bullshit tonight.
All I know is I'm waiting for WWE to steal the storyline of the death match. So waiting for that one. Oh wait, that one.
Blood and guts, baby. They're not going to do blood and guts.
I know, right? It's going to happen. They'll do something.
David said he almost stopped watching after that baby announcement.
Oh, for which one? The gender reveal or the Lacey storyline, man? The gender reveal, just who cares?
You knew they were gonna do it though. Come on.
No, there was a good tweet I saw. Somebody said that Cody should have bladed and then put some kind of dye, so when he bladed it, busted himself open, it was either blue or pink to come out.
They should have waited till the match with Shaq, and then he could blade in it. And they'd be like,
it's a boy or it's a girl.
Wait, we don't really know. Is it blood? I can't tell. No,
that's funny.
I'm glad. Here's the
thing. Fucked up, dog.
So I'm a part of that that text community chat that Cody has, and they literally this wasn't even announced. They never said anything about making the announcement on the show that night.
No, it was in the community text. That was where it was.
Literally he sent the text. You tuned into the show, and then all of a sudden that was that. They came out, they made the announcement, they left, they went into the next match, and you called it a day, which is cool. I was glad they did it that way, and that was simple enough for me. A lot of people were like, "That's exactly what they're going to do. Is they're just going to announce it through, him coming out and having pyros, and that's that." And I was like, "Cool, fine with that." And I mean, it's cool to see. Obviously, as wrestling fans, you get to see where Cody is in his generation of what seeing his dad and stuff, and you're like, "Wow." You know what? He's going to have a little girl, and you're just sit here and wonder 20 years down the line if she's interested and she would be into, if she'll get into wrestling. I think, and then isn't Moxley and Renee having a girl too?
I think they are. I missed that announcement. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know what the gender is going to be on that one.
Speaking of that one, oh man. I don't mean to get off topic, but this was hilarious. So I was on, I think it was Instagram the other day, and they had posted this thing about Renee's podcast that she does, and she had Mox on there.
Oh,
and
yeah.
They were talking about their relationship, and he was talking about like her hole, talking about fitting nicely in her hole, like just like fitting square pegs into holes and shit. Like it was fucking ridiculous.
He's something else, bro. Like,
dude,
I mean,
he's like, yeah, I spent a lot of good time with a lot of really pretty girls, and I'm just like, bro, you're talking to your wife right now. Like, you're just like, and he's like, it's just fitting a square peg into a hole, but with your hole, it fits nicely. And I'm just like, what the fuck?
Did you listen to any of her podcasts with Tony Khan?
I did not know.
Yeah, that was a pretty good one. She's got a pretty good show. I will not lie. She's done a very good job with that. I think the name is absolutely hilarious. Okay, thanks, John. It is a girl. I thought so. And they're not far apart. I think Renee is ahead of her by a little bit. So, it's just kind of cool to see, the wrestling world continue on in some sort of way and potentially in the realm of, women down the road. But yeah, I mean, her show is funny. I've seen the comments about having Mox on, and he's just literally, there's no filter with that guy. She doesn't have one either. So that's why it's hysterical,
Yeah, Renee's good shit, man. I loved her in WWE. I was sad to see her go, but I think she's doing pretty damn well for herself out of there, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna check that cookbook out because she's supposedly one hell of a cook. So I gotta look that. I love food. So
I think that they had just done. They just brought back WWE Backstage, so she's working for Fox again.
Yeah,
not for WWE, but for Fox.
That CM Punk shit, man.
Yep.
Did you see that he's been training in the ring again with Stephen Amell for his his
TV show,
Showtime TV show that he's doing? Like, they posted that picture. I was like, I wouldn't fucking post that picture at all. Like, I wouldn't show that shit to anybody because like as soon as people saw it on social media, they were like fucking raging hard on wrestling boners because CM Punk's in a ring and he's gonna do this now.
Once it got posted, they literally said it was just hammered in for days on end about how it's for a TV show, and I was like, yeah, people are going to steer that in the wrong direction. It wasn't taken too far, but obviously people do think it's going to happen. And then a couple days after that, he made a comment. I guess he did like a Q&A on Twitter, and somebody asked him about what he thinks of some of the young talent in AEW and who he would want to mix it up with. And he's like, he mentioned a couple people. He said Sammy, Will Hobbs. I can't remember. There was one more. And he just talked about how he thinks those guys are, got good futures. And I was like, see, I mean, he pays attention at least.
Yeah. Well, and every time he does an AMA, he gets that same fucking question. And he gets a question of well, who would you wrestle if you came to this company? And he's like, this, and this. And it's the same fucking answer each time, but people keep fucking asking it. And
Fucking marks.
I'm like, leave the man alone. If he comes back to wrestling, yes, he will eventually come back to wrestling if he does. If not, leave him the fuck alone. I get it. Wrestling was something that made him really popular. But fuck, dude. There's other things to life than wrestling. As much as I love wrestling. But it's just Jesus Christ, man. Leave the man alone. Even if he asks for it with his AMAs and stuff, which he's got to know he's about to get a million wrestling questions.
He knows it.
Oh, he does.
So
he shows that he still pays attention, though. That's the thing. So that's why people keep asking it is if you answer those and you know what's going on in pro wrestling, then you're still paying attention and you're going to constantly still get those questions.
Right. Oh, man. All right. Well, we're going to move on to our next topic. By the way, guys, if you're listening, keep pumping in those comments, questions. We'll answer the questions as they come in. If you guys have any specific questions for us that you would like our opinions on, go ahead and send them to us, and we will answer them the best that we can. But moving on real quick, Amp, you mentioned earlier the death match between Kenny Omega and Jon Moxley at Revolution. I think purely because of this match, I'm going to end up buying Revolution, which I
weren't
really
going to buy it before.
What's that?
I said you weren't going to buy it before.
He was salty about buying All Out, and it wasn't that great.
Yeah, see, I bought All Out, and it sucked. Like you guys in our group chat pumped it up. You're like AEW doesn't miss. AEW doesn't miss. And then I bought it, and it was not good.
All right. That's probably their worst pay-per-view they've had yet.
I know, of all the fucking pay-per-views,
right.
man.
And I'll be honest, it was. But then all of a sudden, I'm going to reference it again. In our group chat, I texted you because I knew both of you weren't watching, and I said, Revolution looks to be a banger. And that was before the announcement of the main event.
It's true.
And then all of a sudden, the main event gets announced, and I goes, wow, that show's going to be explosive. And no pun intended, but, and I looked at the show even before, that match, and I went, wow, they have a really good show shaping up. You got the tag match that's going to be interesting to see where that ends up. Yes. You've got the ladder match without, half the contestants being named. You've got all this stuff going on.
And Penta makes his return.
I have two major gripes that I will say with AEW. One, this pay-per-view is loaded with matches. I'm scared that this is going to be a 4 to 5 hour show. Again, that's one thing they need to lower down a little bit. But I'm upset that you just mentioned Penta's going to be in the match, and you're just like, what? All of a sudden he's back? Like, he's back? I have no issue with him being in the match. Like, I see so many people on Twitter like, why is Cody get to be in it? Why is Penta in it? Why is Scorpio Sky in it? Because they fucking are. Okay? Scorpio Sky is going to do some crazy shit. Penta's going to kill someone with a ladder, and Cody's the former TNT champion.
I just want to see Penta do a package pile driver to some motherfucker on a ladder. Just give me that. Absolutely. Give me that Steen Generico fucking package pile drivers through ladders, man.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, it makes sense when people are in there, and I'm not mad about that. It's just I wish they would have mentioned the two, and then next week Penta comes back and he's like, hey, I'm in the match or some shit. Like, you couldn't have just mentioned, like, you're just like, oh, here he is. But I do think that it came down to the fact people said he was injured. I don't think he was fully injured. I did hear it was something to do with his visa. So maybe they just can't have him on the show yet, but they're like, well, that's going to get fixed by the 7th. So we're not worried about it.
I mean, Visa's going to Visa. And thanks for going completely off topic of what I talked about, Amp, and just going.
So, yes. But anyway.
No. We're already on it. We're already on the fucking topic. So we'll go ahead and talk about it, Amp.
Fuck it. Let's go.
We'll do it live.
Wait, can we run it back? Can we do this over again? I'm sorry.
So obviously the match we're talking about is a 6-man number 1 contenders match. 3 participants have been announced. Who do you think the other 3 are going to be?
I mean, obviously for me, number 1 that you got to put in the match is Pac. He's got to be. He's got to be in the match though, because right now he doesn't have anything. So John here says Pac or Seidel because of the ladder match. I get it. Here's my thing. I only want one more AEW wrestler in this match. If we're talking about the forbidden door being opened, give me some other talent. Give me Chris Bay from Impact. I
didn't think about Chris Bay in that match.
I didn't think about Impact people being in it.
Yeah, give me some different talent. Maybe this is where you get ROH taking a step into the door. Something different. Maybe if it's 5 out of the 6 that are AEW guys, and then you get like a wild card thrown in there, and you're like, who could it be? And just something different. You gotta be outside the box with this one, and I think that's where I look at it.
I would absolutely lose my goddamn mind if they were like down to the last entrant for the ladder match, and fucking Jonathan Gresham walked out for that ladder match. Like I know
bro. I was gonna say that, Dick.
He's a pure guy.
You're hard on for Gresham,
bro. Jonathan Gresham is legit. He is gonna be a world champion. I believe this year. I think he will be a world champion at some point this year. But just, oh man, that would be dope.
You could kick the forbidden door down with even bigger talent. Oh, Ethan Page. Oh gosh. I think you could.
Run for Ethan Page, bro.
Yeah, look at David right there with some Warhorse. Yes.
I think you just full blown kick the door down and you call up Mr. Will Ospreay.
That's all, man. I was gonna say, give me Ospreay.
I'd be down with
If
that.
that happened, I'd be
Ospreay
like,
would be dope as fuck.
If you're gonna give me AEW talent, if you're gonna give me, I don't think he's got a match at all. But give me fucking Phoenix in that ladder match because that would be goddamn ridiculous. You want to talk about spots?
Crazy.
Good God. And I'm afraid of every match he fucking has.
Put him in a match. I don't even care if it's a ladder match. He just needs to be in a match.
Phoenix is the fucking MVP of this year so far on AEW.
100%.
Good God. In-ring mainly. But yeah, give me Ospreay. God damn, give me Ospreay. Give me the rumors. Give me that last fucking entrance with those fucking bills raining down.
Oh God, no.
God, give me Okada.
I don't think that's a fitting match for this though. I think it'd be. Oh, I've got it.
All right, let's hear it.
Oh, you want to hear it? I don't know if they're doing it, but what if they did a battle royale that they always do? Winner gets an opportunity at the world champion.
Mm-hmm.
What if the wild card is Okada?
Bro.
And Kenny keeps the belt.
I would rather that. And
It's over there like I need to turn the camera off right now.
God, those fucking Okada Kenny matches, man. And then you give us an AEW one. Woo! Shit. Give me it. I want it. I want it now. I want it. I want it real bad.
Fantasy booking there, buddy. But I mean, you never know. You never know. Really.
You never know. But going back to the ladder match, I would say, why not? If we're talking Impact, why not just bring in Rob Van Dam? Bring in an old timer.
Do you really want the show to just completely fall off? I mean, we've been talking about making sure we don't screw this partnership stuff up, and you're going to bring me RVD? Are you fucking serious, Huck?
That's funny as fuck.
He's pretty good at ladder matches.
Yeah, when he's high, which is probably still all the time. But I mean, I don't know. You got plenty of people that I think like I said, you could, you really are bringing. No, I don't either. I'm just saying, you could do an RVD spot maybe if you did a battle royale. I think that if this door is opening, I think you need some more talent during it. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see. I mean, because obviously people are upset because they just name people and they're not like earning spots. But AEW doesn't always give away earning spots in matches. Like, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm interested to see who the rest are, but I do think that one spot will be filled by a non-AEW talent, at least one, if not two.
That's a good. I honestly did not even think about that. I mean, if we're going to be doing the Impact stuff, the New Japan stuff, I didn't think about that at all.
It's got to be something.
No, I totally agree, and I think it'll be the same way. I think it'll be one. I think it'll be one, and I think it'll actually be a pretty decently
Moose.
Not moose.
No, but I want to just dial it back, like you were mentioning the main event for the death match. I'm sorry I jumped off of that one. But
let's get back to that. I completely forgot about it. That
promo made a lot of people shut up when they said, "Oh, Kenny can't cut a promo," because yes, maybe it wasn't the most glorious, well thought out promo, but it executed its point 110% of the way. It was beautiful. When he walked out and literally said, "Shut the music off," you went, "Uh-oh. Oh, boy, I need to pay attention to what's going to happen right now." And it delivered, I think. What were you going to say, Dick?
I was going to say Kenny's been so fucking hot, man. I said it to us.
Best heel in wrestling.
I think he is. Y'all can do your Roman fucking love, but Kenny has been, since he's fucking switched over, bro, I can't fucking look away from him when he's on TV.
No, you hear that? Like I'm sorry, I got all excited today when we were getting ready to do the show. On my way home, I threw on Kenny's theme song, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm ready for this." I watched the promo back again like 2 times when I was on lunch, and I was like, "Oh yeah."
And you know what's so fucking weird? All it is he just needed those motherfucking sunglasses to be put on to make me. I love it.
It's the boots, bro. It's those.
Those boots are ridiculous. It's like what me and Buzz, a friend of the show, Buzz would say about fucking Jay White. We didn't like him until what? That fucking beard came in, and like for some reason that switch, man. Kenny with them shades on and those fucking boots and just that arrogant asshole smugness.
I love every second of it.
He's the fucking cleaner, man. He's here to clean up the fucking AEW, all of the AEW now. It used to be the junior division. Now it's just all of AEW, and it's great to watch.
He talked a while back before this all went down about how he knew he couldn't be like that heel tweener type because he just needed everybody to fucking hate him. And that's exactly what he's pulled off. People just hate him. He walks out and he's like, I'm going to deliver everything to my fans. And you're like, you pissed everybody off, but you're going to give him a rematch. And I loved it. And I think, a lot of people are skeptical of the match. I don't think it's going to be as over the top as, things in the past have been with these death matches. I think we're going to get you're going to have like a mat somewhere on the side where it's going to have barbed wire that's going to explode or something. I don't think it's going to be as outlandish as it was where the ring's fucking wrapped in it. I don't think we're going to get that. But I think we're going to get one hell of a absolute brutal match, guaranteed. And I think it's going to be I honestly sit here today and I go, I don't even know who's going to win it.
Yeah. They gave us a fucking brutal one when they did their unsanctioned match. Barbed wire, the suplexes into barbed wire. It's just, we're not going to get the Japanese fucking exploding barbed wire match because, let's be honest here. This is the U.S. This is a pay-per-view. This is sponsors. This is... Yeah. We're not going to get that. But what AEW's shown us is... Sorry, Vince. They've been giving us some good blood and guts, man. Yeah. And their street fights, their brawls, they've been so fucking entertaining and
street fight. We didn't even get to talk about Darby and Sting going up against, Cage and Ricky on that night. And we got a street fight for that. That's super interesting. Like, these things are making sense. Like, these make sense. Like, when the Kenny went through the promo, he said, I gave you a real wrestling match. We've had our beatdowns. He's like, what? I had this inkling in my head where at first when he said, do I need to put you under? I was like, are we getting a buried alive or some shit like that? Like, are we getting something weird? But then when he said I'm going to have to kill you basically. And I was like,
death match.
I don't know. Logic in my head goes, well, Kenny's keeping it because then this could be a write-off for Mox for a little bit, for when the baby comes. Yeah. But yet again, I don't even know if that's going to happen because he could win it. You really don't know in this match. And that's what I love is you're just like, there's no surefire winner in this one.
Yeah,
absolutely. I don't mean to cut you guys off, but no, you're good. We do need to start working on moving on to the next topic. The one question that I do have both of you before we move on, has Kenny ever been in a death match, or is this going to be his first one? I know Moxley has done his fair share of death matches before, but has Kenny ever been in a death match?
Does Kenny even need to worry if he's ever been in a death match, though? He is Kenny. Man, he is the best bout machine. He is the cleaner.
And you know what?
He is the savior of this all right now.
His entrance music is on my workout playlist, and every time I get fucking jacked. I'm just like,
I told you,
that's
what I'm saying. I got jacked up at the end of my workday because I was like, I'm gonna go put this down. So yeah, I don't know. That's why I'm intrigued. I'm going to be very interested to see how they set this up. I mean, like I said, there's probably going to be some sort of mat on the ground. It's going to be kind of it's going to remind me, I would predict it to be like the Mimosa match, where there's probably going to be something around the ring and they're going to be laid on the ground, or they're going to be put up against the barrier maybe. And I don't know. I mean, it's going to be something like that. They're going to keep it a little more scaled back, a little bit more PG to an extent, but they're going to still do it in their AEW way, I guess.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Speaking of doing things in a company's way, we're going to move on to our Elimination Chamber predictions. And I say doing it in a company's way because only the WWE could ruin the Elimination Chamber. It was so awesome the first time I saw it, and
PG era, bro.
But then they came out with this updated version that I'm just like,
the glass isn't bulletproof. No, I'm just
the glass isn't bulletproof. This is bullshit. No, it just. I still love the Elimination Chamber. Like, I love watching the matches, but it's not the same. But anyway, we're going to go on to some predictions for who we think is going to win each match on the card. Some of these matches have not been announced yet, and some of them may not be. But I do expect that these will be announced. So we'll go ahead and jump. What?
I was going to say, because at this point, I think there's only technically like 4 or 5 actually announced matches. So
yeah, there's not a whole lot of matches announced.
In company realm of everything that WWE does is Sunday morning, we're going to get like 3 named, and we're going to be like,
all
you couldn't do it on, you could, yeah, all on
tweets.
Yeah, you
are like a pre-show. They'll tell us.
Couldn't you tell us on the show? Like, why don't we know about a replacement Monday after Lacey mentioned she was pregnant? Like, why do we not know? But hey, whatever. I'm sorry, Huck. Let's go down with these predictions.
No, you're good, dude. No, I like listening to you go on tangents whenever we start talking about WWE. It's pretty entertaining. But the matches that I have on here that have yet to be announced are all for SmackDown. I left off the Raw Women's Championship just because we don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, we don't know. Up in the air.
So, but we'll start off with this. The SmackDown Women's title, Sasha Banks versus Carmella. And you are the guest. What's that?
Again?
Yeah, again. You're the guest. I'll let you bring the first prediction. Stop fucking acting like you're killing yourself, Dick. Carmella.
That was my Jeff Hardy for Buzz.
Yeah. You know what? Is Buzz even watching? I have not seen one comment from him tonight, and I'm slightly offended. I figured he would have way more comments by now.
Well, I don't know. We're new to this, but I think these comments are YouTube comments, aren't they? So, I mean, I don't know if they're Twitter comments, because I've seen the symbol icon for YouTube, so I don't know. Maybe Buzz watched on Twitter, but we don't know.
They're all comments. Like, I mean, they all show like where they're commenting from, but they're all from all 3 platforms, from Facebook,
Buzz,
YouTube.
Buzz, are you there? Hello? Hello?
No, but
Buzz, are you there? It's me, Margaret.
Hey, Buzz, Jeff's in this match. Wake up. No, in dead ass all honesty, I pray to God this match doesn't actually happen, because I don't want to see it for the millionth time. But if it happens again, can we just let Carmella win one of them? I guess I don't know. If you're doing these multiple times, she should just win one. But Sasha Banks is red hot, so if this match happens, Sasha wins again, and it's probably going to be because the sommelier guy or whatever fucks her over again, and
which is bullshit.
Man, I honestly, if they announce this match, I could give 2 shits about it. I'll skip right over it. I hope it's on the pre-show.
Well, it's like David just said, Carmella and Sasha is all Z's. But Carmella and Sasha, as much as David may not like it, they do put on a good match. Even if this is like the 3rd time we've seen it, they do put on a good match.
Sasha all the way. And Amp over here saying, can Carmella win one? Yeah, okay, because that's working out for KO and Roman.
Oh, we'll get
KO win one.
We'll get back to that.
We're getting to it, but my prediction is I think Carmella finally pulls it off.
No way.
She finally wins the one, shut up, Dick. She finally pulls it off, and she wins what is rightfully hers, the SmackDown Women's Championship.
Rightfully?
Rightfully. It's hers. It is hers. I don't care.
That title's rightfully Bailey's. Come on.
All I have to say when
that is true too.
All I have to say when it comes to Carmella is, hey, she's going to disappear for a while, and then she's going to come back with Eva Marie's type of gimmick, and then she's just still going to do absolutely shit for nothing. So there you go.
Yeah, I picked Sasha, so
I picked that a meteor hits the stadium and we don't have to watch the match.
I could fuck with that.
Finally, someone that agrees with me.
Yeah,
Sasha
I
needs to reinvent her gimmick.
Yep.
I'm tired of the boss.
I'm with David.
We had brought this up before, or at least I did before, where when Sasha came to the main roster, she was already the boss. And no one, if you were a main roster only viewer, you don't know what the fuck that
She's
means.
been dancing more. She did.
You saw her, like, this was the greatness of NXT back then, where you saw people build their gimmicks. Sasha started out as just, a jobber. Then she started becoming a mean girl. Then she became into a tag team with Summer Rae, and they became basically, mean girl tag team. She developed into the boss, this hood, bad as fuck gimmick, wearing the Kanye shades, and she just evolved. And then out of nowhere, main roster, this is her. Oh, yeah, she's the boss. It's boss time. I don't know what the fuck that means. And she's just kept that.
What do you mean you don't know what it means? It's clearly boss time. It is.
All right, cool.
I don't know.
Exactly, that's it. It's boss time. But what the fuck does boss time mean?
It's boss time. That's what it means. It's
boss time means that she's supposed to lose the title on Monday Night Raw or a SmackDown. I mean,
right after she wins it. Hey, she's the longest she's held it. So, and it's all against Carmella.
I wish that would have happened.
All I have to say to that comment is pure and utter. In the wrestling industry, you need to evolve. And honestly, I didn't even think of it until I saw that comment. She hasn't really changed.
No, she evolved all through NXT, and that's it. And she's stagnant. So,
and I'm not saying that anything's wrong purely with the gimmick, but there's just nothing that's changed. It's like
you're right.
The same person if she's
her
face
hair.
Heel.
Her hair's changed. That's what's.
My bad. Yeah, I'm sorry. I forgot about that.
That's seriously the only thing that has changed.
So is mine, since she has, my hair has changed too.
Bro, if you go back on our draft episode, my fucking beard was down to here, and I had fucking Jesus hair. So it's understandable.
And Dick and I have talked about this several times that I'm done with Sasha Banks. I'm tired. I'm tired of her gimmick. The boss, cool beans.
I am too.
You're the boss. It's old now. You have to evolve. Like Amp is saying, you have to evolve. You can't just keep being the same gimmick over and over and over and over again. The only person whose gimmick really doesn't have to change and will never change, regardless of how retired he says he is Stone Cold Steve Austin. That dude can literally come out and do the same exact thing 365, and people would never get tired.
Thought you were gonna say John Cena.
Fuck you.
Because he has never changed. No, but that's the thing though, is with at least Bailey, she's changed. I mean,
oh hell yeah,
Sasha. You have this.
Bailey.
Sasha, it's just like you said. It's just you change the hair, you change all this stuff. It doesn't mean you're changing. Boss time to me means literally nothing. It's not like, all right, here's boss time. That means I'm just going to snap into something totally different and, lose my mind and, take everybody out. But that's the problem, is you need to sometimes evolve if you're at the top. We all shit on Roman Reigns, but for what Roman Reigns is now compared to what he used to be, totally flipped. And I'm okay. With, that guy, as much as I don't like Roman, this character is totally different than what he's ever been. He's just a dick now, and I'm okay with that. Yeah. I'm not saying it's great, but he's different, and it's fine by me. He's a dick to everybody, which is what I love. It's like, oh, you got Paul Heyman? All right, cool. Paul Heyman says something to you, and you basically shrug him off because he's a wheezy little fuck. But, that's what's okay, though. You have got to change and evolve, basically, and that's what it is, and she hasn't done it. So
exactly, like all the women that came up with her around the same time, except for maybe Charlotte, but I don't know. Like, I'm tired of Charlotte too, but when you
what? Come on, Charlotte. You're tired of Charlotte.
You know what?
Come on.
We've talked about this before. We have had this discussion. But when you look at it, Becky has changed what she does. Carmella has redone herself multiple times. What did I say? Becky, Carmella, Bayley has redone herself. I mean, you see how Bayley has transformed from being the Irish lass kicker to being the man, being one of the best women in the women's division. And then I guess you could. I mean, Naomi, she's changed several times already. Natalia. I mean, she's the boat now. I don't know, but but these other wrestlers have changed themselves so many times, being up on the main roster. You look at Sasha, and she has literally just changed her hair color.
Yep.
And maybe her entrance music slightly to a remix because her cousin is Snoop Dogg.
You want to know something funny? I actually just saw this comment on Twitter as we're rolling, and somebody goes, "So your tribal chief over there in WWE, Roman, wears the same outfit every week with this stupid little shirt and his pants. When you got a man with so much drip and Kenny Omega over on AEW, it's like, damn." Kenny does have that flow. He looks like a fucking coke dealer, but
bro, Kenny 100%.
That's the best part, though.
Fucking blow. 100% Johnny Depp and blow, bro.
I'm like, I don't know. From week to week, you're like, what's gonna change? Like, he still has the glasses and the boots. That's all that matters.
That's, you know what though, man? That's a fucking 100% a WWE thing where you come out and you wear your merch shirt. That's it.
Yeah. It is, and it's sad, but I mean, they got to do what they got to do. It's like
it's not true because Sasha changes her outfit every week.
When you wrestle in a goddamn your merch shirt, that pisses me the fuck off. Alexa does that non-fucking stop, and it pissed me off usually.
What about KO?
Wrestling a twisted blitz.
Yeah, KO does it every week.
Right.
I gotcha.
That's
yeah,
true there.
Yeah, come on, Dick. Come on,
yeah.
Dick. Say something about KO.
Hey, KO's a fucking jobber right now, is what KO is.
Oh my God!
He ain't.
He ain't. Makes him a jobber.
He ain't.
He's in the main event.
Jobbing a rolling non-fucking stop. That's all it is.
Nah, you cannot call him a jobber being in the main event, dude.
His job is to lose to Roman every fucking month. That's what his job is.
Every night.
I can't even deal with you right now.
Let me help Huck out here and reel this back in for a second. Elimination Chamber on Sunday, guys.
Yes.
Huck, what's the next match we got to talk about here? Everybody put their predictions out. You guys both said Sasha. I said I could care two shits about it. It's still going to be Sasha.
I said Carmella, but whatever.
I don't give a fuck.
SmackDown Tag Team titles. We got the Dirty Dogs versus the Street Profits. Amp, go ahead and tell me what you think.
Give zero shits on this one.
Same as the one before. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. The better team is the Street Profits. There's my answer.
Yeah, I would rather Street Profits win just because Montez Ford's the man. Yeah, hell yeah.
All right, thank you. There you go. Moving on. Huck, what you got?
Montez Ford is dope as shit, but I think the Dirty Dogs will walk away with it, so whatever. Let's see here. Next, we have the IC title. This is just these three matches are just predictions.
Yeah,
what matches will actually happen, but let's see here. So this is the last really prediction one is Big E versus Apollo Crews for the Intercontinental Championship. Who do you got?
Just let Big E keep that title, man.
Yeah, there's no let Apollo turn heel now, I guess, is what he's trying to do, and then let Big E keep the title and just carry on with it. Give him a real opponent, I guess.
This card, besides like the fucking Elimination Chamber matches, is so
bad. Especially after what we were talking about with Revolution. This is so bad.
Thank God for sharing the network with friends. because I would not pay for this.
Thank
Yeah.
God for when they go to Peacock, and Peacock Premium
Yep.
is free with Xfinity. Thank God. Oh, shit.
All right, Huck, what do we got for the main show of it?
Real announced
Jesus
cards.
Christ. All right, so this is really all that has been announced. The SmackDown Elimination Chamber, we got Baron Corbin, Kevin Owens, Cesaro, Daniel Bryan, Sami Zayn, and Jey Uso.
Now, this one, the winner of this chamber match
Immediately
faces Roman for the title.
faces Roman Reigns. Yeah.
Can I put my prediction out first?
Go ahead.
Go for it.
I wonder if it's the same as mine. Let's see.
It's Kevin Owens.
Yep, exactly. That's what I got.
It's Kevin Owens, and then he's going to get into the match and get speared and pinned, and there you go.
And what?
And then Edge is going to come out and say he's fighting Roman. And
I was going to say, and job to fucking Roman is what he'll do.
Mm-hmm.
No,
I think
so.
Yeah, go ahead. That's honestly my prediction.
That's exactly what KO wins it just to lose to Roman again because that's it.
Yep, 100%. That's exactly what's going to happen. And
it's what he's here to do.
Yes. I mean, there's so many other options they could honestly go with. The only other one I could really see would be maybe Jay wins it and you just have Jay lay down. You know?
Yeah, that's true.
But no,
I could see just with the way like Daniel Bryan's trajectory has kind of been.
No,
I could see him winning the chamber. He won't beat Roman, but I could see him winning the chamber just to lose to Roman. I mean, we can
ruin your trajectory. Unless it sets up a rematch in Mania, that's it.
This match is literally just to have Roman win. That's it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, the match that we're getting at Mania, I don't care whatever hoops they've tried to jump through, is going to be Roman versus Edge, I think. I still think
we talked about that last week, and I kind of said something about that.
Yeah, that's what you think. That's what you think is going to happen. And I don't want to because I just don't want Edge to. I don't want Edge to lose to Roman. I just don't want it to happen. But
so
it's going to happen.
So hold on. I got a bold prediction here for Elimination Chamber, right? So this is, and you can quote me if you want, whatever. So Daniel Bryan wins the chamber.
Okay.
I don't think he loses right away to Reigns. I think it is actually probably like a 10-minute match at the most. A 10-minute match. Bryan actually wears Reigns down enough that the Miz tries to cash in right afterwards because and I mean he doesn't win it, but I think he's tired of trying to chase Drew McIntyre, so he tries to cash in on Reigns, and it backfires, and he just gets fucked up. That's what I think could possibly happen.
You want my bold prediction, and this is the matchup that I would totally be 100% okay with, is let Roman go fight somebody else. I don't really care who it is. Let Miz cash in after the Raw one, have the Miz win, have him walk into Mania with the belt, and have Edge beat him. There you go. That's the way to get Edge the belt. Make it very simple. Edge should win the belt. Edge should win the belt.
Thank
you.
Don't like it.
Person to take it off of.
I don't like it. No, it's not.
Our last episode that we did, Huck, what did I say about Miz being in the Elimination Chamber? I didn't want him in it because he had a guaranteed shot. So I wanted him to cash in at the end of the chamber. And then what happened on Raw? He pulled himself out because he said he has a guaranteed shot. So why is he going to be in there? I'm like, holy shit, it's setting it up perfect. Plus, I'm a misfit, so give me that Miz title reign already. Even if it's for like 2 months. But he is the person to lose to Edge because Edge should win the title.
Yep, I absolutely agree, and I don't think any of these guys. I don't feel comfortable with Edge fighting either one of them because I'm like, it's not gonna happen. But so yes, in all honesty, for the SmackDown one, though, I still think KO wins it. I think KO goes in and then gets demolished by Roman and whippity skippity doo dah day, and he's a jobber. A hell of a one, though. He's a very good one.
Great. Hell yeah, KO's shit. But just lately, he's just been there to job to Roman.
I would love for him to win the belt, though.
God, I wish.
He deserves it. Sorry.
He does.
No, you're fine. This pay-per-view is on Sunday.
Yes.
Oh,
so much wrestling, bro. So much wrestling.
Not about like so much wrestling. Just thinking about like how fucking bad this card is. Like it is. So
wait,
man.
You're telling me? All right, so I'm going to offer up a matchup. Then we've got the United States Championship up for grabs too. We have Bobby Lashley versus Keith Lee versus Matt Riddle. You guys excited for that one? Who's winning that one?
Yeah, Bobby especially Lashley. With two people that Vince is supposedly down on. Again. Oh my God, Lashley's been. You know what? In all honesty, here, Lashley's been fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Out of those three, especially, though, he has been fucking awesome. The Hurt Business has been good.
Wait, time out for a quick second. We talked about this earlier. So remember how we said that, it's just a great thing that WWE likes to do with breaking up factions? Why are we creating a divide in the Hurt Business when they could really run roughshod over Raw?
I don't get. Oh, jeez. So I don't.
I mean, just throwing it out there. Just saying.
You don't have to break up factions or tag teams, Vince. You don't have to do it.
But yes, in all honesty, Bobby should win this one.
Oh, without a doubt. It shouldn't even. Yeah, this. I think all three of us agree Bobby should win this one. One, Huck hates Riddle with passion.
Yeah, I do too.
Now,
shit! I didn't know you do.
Oh yeah, he's fucking dumb. I hate him.
I just hate how he looks naked.
I fucking hate him.
He looks too fucking naked in that ring, and it just
it's
is
not
very
just that. I'm not interested in the character, even though it's just him. I'm not interested in him. I'm not interested in what he can do in the ring. On the microphone, I have to do your infamous mute because I can't stand sitting there listening to, bro. No, I don't fucking care. You can get muted. I'll turn it off.
As soon as Matt Riddle shows up on the TV when I'm like catching up on Raw, it's fast forward. I don't even fucking sit there and listen.
Nope.
I don't even. As soon as he shows up on screen, I don't give a fuck about who else is there.
Yep.
Like it is a fast forward as soon as he's on the screen.
Fair.
Just real quick on this though is I could see. I know like we had kind of talked about like Keith Lee has kind of fallen out of favor with Vince McMahon, but if anyone besides Bobby Lashley is going to win it, I could see it being Keith Lee, causing more of that rift, like what you guys are saying. You don't have to break up a faction, but I mean, you could see them breaking up a faction. So,
I mean, they're good though.
They are good. I like Hurt Business. Hurt Business is really good. They're really good. MVP. They're all kind of older guys except for Cedric Alexander. But even when you look at Cedric Alexander, he's been there for a hot minute. So I don't know exactly how old he is, but I mean, he's still been there for a minute. But it's just kind of like, man,
I don't know.
I would like to see the Hurt Business just start collecting gold. And I would like to see like MVP start getting built up to where maybe he starts to challenge McIntyre for the title.
It should be flipped, honestly. I know MVP is the leader. I think MVP should be holding the U.S., and I think that Bobby needs to be going for the world title.
Well, Bobby's already had that title shot.
Yeah, but Bobby's better.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not a huge fan.
I'm not saying Bobby isn't better. I'm just saying
you look at
look
at that faction though. You look at that faction. Who should be going for the title? It's Lashley, man.
I think you should add one more to the group, and I think you'd be set. He's somebody that could actually be a mid card guy and let MVP just kind of, puppeteer everything like he does. He does very well with it. I've never hated MVP. I'm glad to see him back and doing well in the industry. It was always a blast, but man, this, like you said, I stare at the rest of this show. I mean, let's just try and grind through these predictions because it's brutal.
Thankfully, I really only have one more prediction written down, and it is the Raw elimination.
Well, we're not going to talk about the Raw Women's title match. Come on.
We've already talked about it.
We don't even know if it's happening, bro.
We don't even know if it's happening.
Oh, it's
And
happening. At least he's
I
going
don't
to show
want.
up.
I just don't want to talk about it anymore. We've already talked about it. So Raw Elimination Chamber WWE title. We got Drew McIntyre, Randy Orton, AJ Styles, Jeff Hardy, Sheamus, and Kofi Kingston. Give me your predictions.
I think I said it. I think whoever wins, if Drew wins, we're getting the Miz cash in. That's my bold one that I'm sticking to it. I think we're getting the Miz cash in on this one.
How funny would it be? Oh my God. You know he'd lose his shit. What if Jeff won? He got cash.
Oh my God.
Buzz would lose his goddamn
God.
mind.
Oh, I couldn't
would-
even imagine.
Oh, he would block my number. He
He
would
would
unfriend me.
block my number.
Buzz would never talk to any of us again.
Oh.
My God.
You want
Knowing-
to talk? So you know how we say this show is terrible. You want to talk about building zero momentum and going into this. Jeff has lost for the last 4 weeks straight, and he's just in the chamber match.
That's how you know he's going to win it.
Oh yeah, with all the momentum in the world. I gotcha. So this match is, I don't know. I think this is really predictable. I think Drew walks out of it. If he doesn't, whoever is beaten up enough, it gets cashed in on. I do think we finally get the cash on. I think Miz cashes in, wins the belt with some help from some friends. Obviously John Morrison's going to help him. I have heard something that would be very interesting in this match, and that would be actually, even though Kofi has made it into this match, would be Kofi getting jumped backstage by Retribution and Ali taking his place, which I would be all in for. But nobody else in this match, nobody else is really worthy of winning in this match. We know. I think this is going to be one of those infamous WWE matches where we get a lot of what would you call it? Tomfoolery, I guess. I think Randy gets eliminated because he's going to get freaked out by the Fiend. We might get a Fiend appearance again to set that story up. I think he's due back really soon. I thought it was going to be last pay-per-view, but it's got to be soon. He's got to be coming back. That's why I said I think Drew wins it, and he's worn out at the end of the night. After taking that gauntlet match all the way down pretty much on Monday, and then he gets beat the shit out of in this one as well.
What do you think, Dick?
Like I said, I think we're going to get Drew winning, and I think we're going to get the cash in. The Miz, a successful cash in at that, and then I think Edge will go on to challenge Miz. I think that's what I think's going to happen, and that's what I want to happen. It really is. I mean, I think it's from the feel-good standpoint of Edge going to Mania and winning a title. I don't think he's going to do it against Drew. I don't think he's going to do it against Roman. He's not going to do it against the NXT champ. You need him to go against a heel that he's going to beat, and one that he is basically going to beat that people would like to see him beat, and that's Miz.
Well, and you could go weeks on end after Miz wins with where he's an annoyance on TV. It's great for WWE as well, because at the same time they get to promote Miz and his TV show and how USA's got all that stuff.
He's gonna win the title the way that Edge did at New Year's Revolution, or what was it, where he cashed in on Cena after an Elimination Chamber match? Parallels. It's just parallel stories, and I think it works out.
You know what? You're both wrong.
Oh, great. He's going with Sheamus.
No. Jeff Hardy is going to win it. Miz is going to try to cash in, and he's going to fail. And we're going to get the Jeff Hardy versus Edge WrestleMania main event that we've been dying for since the early 2000s.
Can I see that 40 you were drinking? Because is it empty?
Yeah, it's empty. It's actually
that would be why. That'd be why.
Yeah.
Bro,
I actually predicted this last week. I said that it was going to be Edge versus Jeff Hardy main event WrestleMania. I mean, it just, to me, it's just when you look at how they both started their careers and constantly going up against each other as a tag team and all this stuff, talk about a feel-good moment. That is a feel-good moment. That's just my opinion.
I would be fine. I would obviously be 100% okay with it. But in all reality, Jeff is on no pecking order in WWE right now. They could care less. I 100% agree with our good friend Buzz.
Sad that he resigned them.
Yeah, and here's the thing, though. You want to talk about selling merch. Vince has that in the palm of his hand with Jeff Hardy. People love Jeff Hardy. But for some odd reason, you won't put the strap on him anymore. Like, I don't understand. I don't get it.
We'll see what happens. I just, God damn it, this card's so bad. It is so bad. Like I really hope they do something to turn it around for like WrestleMania and everything. But it's just like this whole card. Like there's nothing. Like I truly feel bad for myself that I'm like gonna get home on Sunday from work. I'm gonna be like, I gotta go in the basement and watch this pay-per-view. I have to put myself through it. And my wife's just gonna be like, why?
Why do you do this?
And I'm gonna be like, because I do a fucking wrestling podcast.
But have no fear, guys, because guess what? 1 month from Sunday is Fastlane. So we're gonna get Fastlane as well.
Why do they do 2 pay-per-views between WrestleMania now? It makes
and then
no
guess what?
sense.
Wait. That doesn't top it. And to top it all off, 2 weeks, I think, 2 or 3 weeks.
No, they're doing this.
Yep. After Fastlane, you get WrestleMania for 2 nights.
I thought you
Yeah.
said something else.
No.
I don't understand it. Like, why can't we do January Royal Rumble, February March-ish, No Way Out, April WrestleMania?
No, this is the thing. They pushed it back. It used to be Rumble January, February a pay-per-view, and then Fastlane room, and
what about
Mania used to be in March.
Get fucked.
When the fuck
Get
did they
fucked, Amp, with your
Roadblock.
fucking roadblock
No,
shit.
it was Roadblock, end of the line. That's what it was.
Both of you could get fucked.
But the Mania used to be March. When the fuck did they start pushing it to April?
Slowly started to fall back.
Oh my God.
And that's always been like, I know this is a different topic for another night, but I'll say it real quick is that is the one major issue that WWE has is the constant pay-per-views back to back to back because there's absolutely zero build to anything. So basically from now until hopefully this is all figured out because you have your Rumble winners. I don't even remember seeing Bianca Belair for like the last 2 weeks. So where's she been? So you have zero build for any of these Rumble winners. And now you're telling me that 6 weeks before they're due to have their Mania match, they still don't even know who they're fighting yet. You can't build the story. You know, I don't get it.
It's just like back in the summer of 2020 when they had SummerSlam and then 2 weeks later they had another or the next weekend they had a pay-per-view.
It was the next weekend.
The very next weekend. There was no build whatsoever for anything going on in that pay-per-view. Like, it's ridiculous.
Right. And that's why I say it's a whole different story for another day because I can't stand that. That's why I know you guys say I go off on tangents. That's why I can respect AEW for only having 4 major pay-per-views because you build between that. And that's how you should do that in wrestling. People, were like, wow, there's a lot of time between Full Gear and Revolution. And there really is. That's November to fucking March. Just November to March, you had a lot of time. But they had their little special shows in between.
Well, and stuff. They build up special TV shows. And
but that's
great.
All right.
I don't know. This is going to be a rough show to watch, guys. I mean, I don't know. We'll be texting, I'm sure, and chatting and stuff like that. And probably looking to, put a fork on our eye by the end of the night.
Right. And on that note, we're getting to a tipping point. We are well over an hour and a half, which is what we try to stick around. But that's fine. When you get a third opinion in here, shows like to try to run long. What's that?
Hey, man.
I said, who does a lot of this?
Yeah, a lot of that.
I love it. I love me being the one not going on my rants. So it's good shit.
Right, I know it gives me a break, and it kind of lets me like run these like new fancy banners on the streaming thing. No, thank you guys so much.
That's a cool banner right there. That says tpublic.com, search WPW.
That's right. That's where you can find our merch, my man. tpublic.com, search WPW. That's where you get all of our t-shirts, masks, coffee mugs, tank tops, muscle t-shirts, whatever you need. tpublic.com, search WPW. I want to thank Permier Amp for coming on Crackem to the podcast tonight. Permier Amp, please tell the fine viewers and listeners where they can find you at.
Find me on Twitter at Permier Amp, as well as over at ontapsportsnet.com with all Chicago sports literature that you need. I cover a little bit of wrestling once I can, when I have some free time. Got some stuff in my mind and on the phone that I would like to start writing more about. Got a lot of stuff. But yeah, like I said, find me over there, man.
Fuck yeah.
Absolutely. We love the guys over there on, it's On Tap Sportsnet, right?
Yes, sir.
I know there's
OnTapSportsnet.com, bro.
You know what? I tried to get a koozie from you guys, but you guys tell me that you're out. So
yeah, it was a hot commodity. Koozies are very popular with.
I ordered a sticker though, and it's going straight on my laptop as soon as it gets to my house. So,
yeah, there you go.
So I'm pretty excited about that. But no, thank you so much for coming on.
Hell yeah.
We love you guys over there on Tap Sportsnet. Of course, Buzz, who is a part of our text group, and NWI Steve, who is also a huge wrestling fan, who we need to get on this podcast.
We're gonna get him on. He even though when he finally gets on here, all he's gonna probably do is bash Brett, but I'm cool with that. It's all good, man.
Well, I mean, he's the most boring there ever was.
Damn
boring there is, ever was, and ever will be.
Sorry, I brought that up.
Thanks, Ken W.O., for giving me that super awesome line. But thank you guys. It looks like, let's see here, this has been fun. Thanks, guys. From John, David said, until next time, fellas. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and giving us your comments.
Thank you.
And everything. We appreciate it.
It was fun.
We're going to start doing this every week. We're not going to have Amp, of course, every week because he's got other shit to do, I'm sure. And also, I don't like waiting until 8:30 to record all of them. So,
sorry. I got a daytime job where I work early. My bad.
I know. You got a daytime job. But thank everybody. Thank you, Amp, for coming in. And we'll catch you next week here on World Podcast Wrestling.
Laters.